This is Jeff Rowe for MCADCafe at IMTS 2018 this week in Chicago, and joining us this afternoon is Don Davies of ESPRIT. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Excited to be here.
You're about our last interview, so it's always good to save the best till last.
Yeah, that's what you said, and you're a good salesman, Jeff. Like I say, people usually watch me for comic relief, right? So it's fun.
So, almost all of our viewers, I'm sure, are familiar with ESPRIT, but can you give us a little background for those who are not?
Well, ESPRIT is a CAD-CAM system, let's say CAM, and we've been in business for since 1983. I've been on board since 1986. It's owned by Dan Fraisenet, I should be able to say that, Dan Fraisenet and Paul Ricard, so DP Technology, the product is ESPRIT. And we have a strong presence in manufacturing. We have a lot of direct offices across the U.S. We sell direct, which is a little bit different for a CAM company. And we do all the support direct. And we build the solutions not only as a R&D environment, but also in the post-processing, which happens in the field with us. So I'm going to have our typically hire mechanical engineers because they're able to do not only training, automation projects, post-processing, a broad set of skills that they can apply to manufacturing in general for us.
Hey, real good. Now, I've been by your booth. You got a lot going on there, so can you kind of explain what is going on?
Well, IMTS is an awesome show. Everybody knows it's a great show. This one has been particularly good, and we do a stand-up presentation, large screen. About every 20 minutes we go off and do this. I'm quite pleased with our young engineers who get up in front of everybody, and they've really done an awesome job. Yeah. And we have 6 other kiosks on our main booth that are going almost full-time, doing demonstrations for whether it's existing customers or new prospects and what their needs are and how we can help them.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about the parts you brought here?
Sure. I got a couple of parts, and what really excites me about IMTS, especially this year, is how many partners we have. Okay, so we have an array of about 12 kiosks that we've got on different manufacturers, and we've programmed with them between 50 and 60 parts. So we've got a lot of programs running on machines throughout the entire, mostly in the south building. And I brought a couple here that are kind of fun. One is out of Citizen Miano, and it's a little chuck. Okay, it's quite nice. The guys over there, especially Brian Such, put together some real fun demo parts. They work with our local office, Vitas C. and Ellis out of Chicago here. And it's fully functional. There's a lot of stuff inside of it. I can't really take it apart for you, but if I could, you'd see a lot of the gearing and things of that nature. Yeah. And even the key itself to turn is quite sophisticated. Oh, yeah. Okay, I believe this was built on a Miano, but don't quote me on that. I got another one here from our friends at Tsugami. Now, it's a little guy, but very sophisticated. So a lot of people don't think of Swiss as being 5-axis machines, but there's a lot of 5-axis cutting on this. So a lot going on, multiple gangs, multiple spindles, 5-axis simultaneous. So, you can almost do anything you want on those machines as long as it's bar stock. It's just small.
Right, okay. Something I also wanted to touch on that we've talked about in the past is your knowledge base.
Yeah, knowledge base is basically, what you're doing is, it's a module for us. You're trying to tap into the existing knowledge of a part programmer. How do you program a part? Feeds and speeds and materials and tooling and all this stuff. You plug it into a database and you can reuse it. So you're gonna shorten up your programming time. You bring in on new people, and those new people are going to come up to speed faster. The other thing that's quite interesting, I had a customer over there the other day. I've had actually a lot of customers, but a couple of comments that I got from customers who have implemented this is that it has changed the culture of their companies. What does that mean? So a lot of times in the engineering world and in the manufacturing world, these guys can have a little bit of a conflict. If you can get the engineers to impregnate, is that a good word? Okay, we'll say that. Impregnate into the CAD file PMI, or product manufacturing information, that can be utilized on the manufacturing side, okay? So once you have that in the CAD file, it's exposed inside of ESPRIT, you can grab that information and you can process and program much quicker. Okay, a great example might be a hole wizard that's utilized in the CAD software, grabbed easily in our CAM software, and then you can program very quick. But there's endless numbers of examples that I could talk about. But the concept of working together within those two environments is especially critical to change and make things better and faster, and with less problems. It's less problematic when you can program that way.
In a nutshell, can you kind of distinguish your CAM system from the competition? What sets you guys apart?
We're the best.
Okay.
I mean, we've talked about this a little bit before. I think our partnerships are huge because we share knowledge with them, which allows us to build very reliable, precise solutions. And because we have that, they can easily recommend us. Okay, we sell direct. We're primarily a direct organization in the U.S., which allows us, the builder of the software, to deliver to our end users and the support. Our support, we feel, is the best in the industry. We're going to get back to you within 30 minutes or less once you submit a support ticket. That's huge. Post-processing, support, partnerships, all these are critical for developing an awesome CAM system.
Excellent. Now, where can our viewers go for more information about ESPRIT?
They can go to ESPRITCAM, it's hard to spell, ESPRITCAM.com. And they can take a look at us there.
Well, Don, thanks again for coming by. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
This is Jeff Rowe for MCADCafe.